A very good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of KSI Morning Brief. To begin with, global markets. US stocks finished sharply higher Monday with the Nasdaq scoring a record close as Wall Street followed surging Chinese equity benchmarks to their best levels in at least 2 years. The Dow finished last week's holiday shortened period up 3.3%. The S&P 500 put in a weekly gain of 4%, while the Nasdaq returned 4.6% after closing at a record on Thursday. Beyond the rise in US infections, optimism reflected in equities on Monday also comes despite economists at Goldman Sachs lowering their already downbeat forecast for US domestic growth in 2020 to negative 4.6% from a previous forecast for a 4.2% drop. European stocks rose on Monday as signs of economic progress offset worries about growing coronavirus cases in the United States as well as India. Up 2% last week, the Stocks Europe 600 rose 1.2%. London listed shares of HSBC Holdings was up 6.55% and Standard Chartered jumped 5.12%, responding to the big rally in Asian stocks. The German DAX, French CAC 40 and UK FTSE all advanced more than 1%. Futures on the Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 315 points after the three-day weekend. Markets continued to advance on signals of an economic recovery. Non-farm payrolls expanded by 4.8 million in June, the US Labor Department said last week. Germany on Monday reported a 10.4% gain in new manufacturing orders for May. Asian stock markets rose Monday as investors looked ahead for data they hope will support optimism about a global economic recovery. Markets followed Wall Street higher last week after unexpectedly strong US job data, despite some American states reporting record new coronavirus infections. US markets were closed Friday for a holiday. The EU says it will act decisively if the US goes ahead with the threat to put new tariffs on its goods. For more than a decade, the EU and the US have accused each other of propping up their home aviation markets with tax breaks, research grants, and other aid. Last month, the US threatened duties on EU goods such as beer, gin, and olives, escalating the row. The World Trade Organization has already ruled that subsidies given by the EU to Airbus in 2004 were illegal. In line with the World Trade Organization ruling, the US last year imposed tariffs of 15 to 25% on $7.5 billion worth of European goods. China has warned its citizens to exercise caution in traveling to Canada amid deepening tensions between Beijing and Ottawa over a controversial security law passed by Beijing last week. The warning published by the Chinese embassy in Ottawa on the WeChat messaging app platform. Beijing imposed a sweeping national security law banning acts of subversion, secession, terrorism, and collusion with foreign forces to suppress the pro-democracy movement in Hong Kong. Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said his country was suspending the extradition treaty with Hong Kong due to the legislation, which China condemned as interference in its internal affairs. Looking at some COVID-19 updates now, the United States passed another grim coronavirus milestone as the death toll from the virus climbed past 130,000 according to a tally kept by Johns Hopkins University. India reported more than 23,000 new cases of coronavirus, overtaking Russia to become the country with the third highest number of coronavirus cases in the world. The Brazilian National Regulatory Agency Anvisa has given approval to the phase 3 clinical trial sponsored by Instituto Butantan to test the efficacy and safety of the inactivated COVID-19 vaccine developed by Sinovac Life Sciences. This study aims to be a pivotal study to support the licensures of the vaccine. The study will see recruitment of almost 9,000 healthcare professionals working in COVID-19 facilities in 12 clinical sites across several states of the country. That's it we have for you on KSI Morning Brief today. Meet you tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. for more updates. Thank you. Goodbye.